Un moment plus tard. Quoi, je suis TP. Non, je suis pas TP quand même. Putain. Première fois qu'il me change de zone comme ça.
Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sandbreak. Went quietly, or so we're told. And she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry. She'll be alright.
Hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris. And you, of course.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Alors attends, gros, donc tu me parles d'une chasse que je n'ai pas encore, donc calme-toi. À moins que là, elle soit débloquée, pour l'instant, j'ai pas de chasse au tableau. J'ai toujours pas de chasse. Donc, pas un mot. Où c'est le cachot? Mais je suis calme. Allez, l'estange. C'est dommage qu'ils l'ont pas... Tu vois, quitte à ne pas renommer le village, autant qu'ils l'appellent Nouveau Lestange, tu vois, un truc comme ça aurait été bien, genre comme New York. New York et New York. Voilà, Lestange et New Lestange.
Ah, Lord Rossfield. What brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
Tiens, des graines. Enfin, une graine, du coup. Une unique graine.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings, then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed, only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde is closing in.
Oh, c'est
They're coming,
surprenant.
so wait, all of them.
Damn it all, I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wade.
Tiens donc, la quête, ce n'est pas juste rapporter une graine.
A Kashek, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardians might be able to defend the village, but...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape through, but I fear that's rather an enormous if.
M'en occupe.
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not die, fighting for their lives.
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Do they not wish to see Eastpool saved? Though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians, what help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
You're right, my lord. I will appeal to them.
Oui, mais si on peut arrêter de parler et puis juste défendre le village, ça peut être pas mal aussi. Déjà fait la quête avec les frères et sœurs. Tu veux dire Héloïse et Théodore? Si tu parles de ça, non, j'ai pas encore fait.
My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
En Dalmeki, là, j'ai 1 million de quêtes à faire, j'ai envie de mourir.
You would send us to the slaughter.
Ah, bah il s'appelle nouveau...
Serve as bait.
Nouveau Lestancho.
Those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
Mais non, hein.
But it is worth fighting for.
Il comprend rien, il est complètement con.
Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place. Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very
Ah, je veux bien comprendre ça prend du temps de changer de mentalité d'esclave depuis que t'es gosse, etc. Mais là, c'est pas dur à comprendre de... Faut se défendre, sinon tu meurs en fait, genre... Pas une question de... Une question de liberté de maître ou quoi, c'est juste... Défends ta vie en fait. Par contre, je suis pas sûr qu'avec une poêle, ça soit très charismatique et que ça les convainque, mais...
Alright. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
Voilà.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together.
Together, allez.
For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Ouais, maintenant qu'on a fait ça, j'y vais, je les bute tous en solo, c'est ça?
Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Par contre, ouais, il a tellement pas de charisme, c'est Martha qui doit tout faire. Ça coupe au bol, là.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first.
Ouais.
By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square, the perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
Alors,
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
un problème avec ce plan.
And let you have all the glory.
Sir Wade, they're here.
Then you know what you must do.
Si, on va dire, c'est le village, ok?
Everyone playing their part.
Les ennemis, ils arrivent.
Each shielding the other that no man might
Les
fall.
gentils sont là. Ils reculent pour amener les gens au centre.
For Rosaria.
Au bout d'un moment,
For
this area.
Ça sera les gentils qui seront au centre et tous les ennemis qui seront autour du coup. Donc ça sera pas les ennemis qui seront encerclés, c'est eux-mêmes qui seront encerclés.
I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Ça marche pas.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
Tu peux pas être autour d'un ennemi si tu recules. C'est bizarre. Ils peuvent pas venir du haut de la map. Non mais peu importe. Ah si, enfin il a dit ça vient, ils viennent de 3 endroits.
And here it
Ouais, au
comes.
final, ok, bon, je me prends la tête avec la logique, mais en fait.
I will not let this village fall.
Oh non. Voilà. Putain, le bâtard, il y en a un qui s'est décalé. Du coup, j'ai pas pu aller chercher l'ennemi à l'autre bout là-bas.
Titan!
Oui, j'ai récupéré Shiva, oui.
You're finished. Garuda?
Mais ça a pas gros. Enfin, ça a pas emporté les ennemis. Aïe. Vas-y, vas-y, retente. Retente de me taper. Bon bah... T'as pas pu parce que mon... Un pourvoyeur ou mon chien ou je sais pas qui t'a cancel. Bon, tant pis. Je voulais lui faire une parade de titan.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield, change of plan.
Ah,
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
je le défonce.
The better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in East Pool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No, let them finish the job.
Non, j'ai pas essayé parce que je vois pas où ça peut s'insérer dans mon build encore une fois.
Join me only when East Pool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
Et même au-delà de ça, je trouve que les stats en termes de dégâts ou de choc sont pas forcément hyper intéressants. Puis son talent, je vois pas l'intérêt. Genre le dash de Phoenix est plus intéressant pour attaquer. Et après si je veux faire des dashs sur le côté, ben je fais l'esquive donc.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Je pense qu'ils avaient vraiment plus d'idées pour son talent. Ils ont un peu improvisé un truc. Bonjour. Bonjour. Ouais, c'est une esquive améliorable, mais bon. En vrai, l'esquive, si tu la fais au bon moment, dans tous les cas, t'esquives peu importe ce qui se passe. Tu t'en fous de la distance de l'esquive.
There it is. With me, Torgal.
Ok. L'esquive de Shiva a un effet supplémentaire. Ouais, mais... En fait, j'aime déjà trop mes talons, là, donc... Ah, je suis désolé, mais tu vois, là, mon build... J'ai vraiment aucun besoin particulier Et l'esquive normale me suffit, donc... C'est peut-être bien pour les gens qui ont peut-être du mal sur l'action RPG, mais... Je considère pas que j'ai des difficultés avec le système de combat, donc... L'esquive simple suffit. Le dash de Phoenix, j'aime bien pour aller chercher les ennemis. Le truc de Garuda, j'aime bien pour ramener l'ennemi à moi, notamment ceux qui volent. Et après, le truc de Titan, c'est juste parce que j'aime... Je trouve ça trop drôle
The curl, is it?
comme passif.
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours, to protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
Mhm.
They're not slaves anymore.
no. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he was still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too, and I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's Eastpudlian, Sir Wade.
Elle va peut-être me donner
You
sa
should be
poêle.
proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course, and I'd be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right.
Me donne la récompense directe. Ah, je dois me TP juste pour ça. T'es relou, Martha, t'es relou.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget.
Vas-y à pied, bah oui.
You, facing off against that giant
Toujours
noble.
plus.
Not a trace of fear on your face.
Les gens en chocobo, je ferais pas la route, alors à pied.
More than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
Allez.
I'll do my best.
Merci. Et let's go, Martha. Donne-moi ta récompense.
The hero returns. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again. And a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, thinking for themselves, working for themselves. Like your hideaway, but not even hidden away. Though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work.
Oui, j'avais compris, gros nom.
Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day. That whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. To make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Des fois, j'ai l'impression d'être pris en otage par le jeu quand il y a des dialogues aussi longs. Vraiment, des fois, je suis en mode, mais finissez-en. Oh, c'est son enseigne, c'est pas la poêle, dommage. Je suis déçu. Boum, 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 boum. C'est ça le truc dont tu parlais, là, la quête? Le monument. Après, en vrai, la backstory, j'aime bien. Mais j'aimerais qu'il soit plus concis, soit qu'il parle plus vite. Parce que là, il parle assez lentement, en fait, les gens. Et des fois, il y a aussi des petits temps entre les dialogues. Ce qui fait que ça m'endort. J'ai l'impression que c'est des Suisses. Ah oui, c'est vrai que j'avais interagi avec le truc, mais qu'on pouvait rien en faire au moment où j'avais interagi avec. Trop loin. Bonjour, le monument.
This one's awake.
Ah, ça va peut-être activer le 4e menu. Les monuments de sont des structures de pierre éparpillées, machin. Il est possible d'accéder à une épreuve au cours de laquelle de puissants ennemis succèdent. Clive doit relever ce défi seul. Son équipement et ses compétences primordiales utilisables sont prédéterminées. Serez-vous capable de vaincre, machin. Ah non, mais compétences prédéterminées, moi j'aime pas ça. Moi je veux mon build. Hein. Non. En branle. En plus, les arènes, vraiment, c'est le niveau 0 du fun. Donc non merci. Allez, ciao. Il y a trop de quêtes. On va faire celle-là en premier. C'est cool à faire. Ah bah peut-être pour toi, hein, mais je déteste ça les arènes. Ça me gave. Et là en plus, si j'ai pas les spells que je veux, que c'est des spells que j'utilise pas. Oh. Non merci.
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. There's swarms of them out there. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravozd would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did ya?
Il dit pas que les équipements sont prédéterminés, il dit que les pouvoirs de primordiaux sont prédéterminés.
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. So then, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
Mais si j'utilise certains spells, c'est pas pour rien quoi, c'est pas pour en utiliser d'autres quand on me force. Déjà dans FF3 quand il fallait combattre Garuda et passer forcément en chevalier noir, ça m'a fait gaver, donc là c'est pareil.
Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chieftain to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravozd, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion.
Elle s'appelle Vulcan, tiens donc.
Someone's got talent. You should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me. So you wasted half of mine instead. You're what Dravozd needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to. What you had to do was your duty! Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough.
Ouais, on a autre chose à faire. Hein.
This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravozd is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway. Yeah, so have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. We're short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off.
Mais je suis prêt, je suis là pour ça, moi.
You, ready for the off?
Je suis pas venu pour entendre deux vieux se foutre sur la gueule.
We can't afford to waste any more time.
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And there are more coming up from the mines.
On occupe.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
Oui, bah j'espère bien que ça change pas mon build in-game et seulement pendant l'épreuve.
I'm prepared to fight if
C'est logique.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. But it won't come to that. I promise.
You'd better be right.
Take good care of Dravos till I get back.
Leave it to me. And give those things what for, yeah?
Un gros don, ça sert à rien d'essayer de me convaincre de faire les arènes. Je m'en branle et je les ferai pas, c'est tout. Alors laisse-moi jouer comme je veux. Je vais me forcer à faire un truc qui m'intéresse pas. Et en plus qui est complètement plus que secondaire. Bonjour. Yes, les petits sont morts. Normalement il fait un giga jump à la fin, non? Ouais, voilà. Je m'étais fait avoir la première fois. Ah, il est mort. Ok. Ok. Vas-y le chien. Ok. Un griffon. Oh non, il a failli stun. Ouais, voilà. Hop là, normalement ça devrait suffire pour le stun. Je suis rapide. Allez, donnez-moi un vrai boss. Ah.
Apparently not.
Parfait ça. On n'avait pas encore vu. Une nouvelle entrée dans le bestiaire. Et de chimère. C'est juste le mix de tous les ennemis que j'ai combattus. Donc en vrai c'était un taureau au début que je... Ah c'était le corps. Non. Voie du bélier. Vite, on recule, on recule. Putain. Il y a un truc qui vole là, j'aime pas trop ça. Hein. Oh non. Oh, c'est bon, j'ai esquivé. Parfait. Stun, parfait. Bon, là, je me vois dans l'obligation d'utiliser ça. Voie du dragon, on avance. Voie du bélier, on recule. Ah, est-ce que ça sera suffisant pour le stun? Oui. Bâtard. Non. Oh, j'ai esquivé quand même, c'est bon. Oh, ça a pas touché. J'étais trop court. Voie du dragon, vite, on avance. On recule. On esquive. On le stun. Est-ce que j'ai fait imperfect? Je pense bien, ouais. Intouchable. Trop fort. J'ai tout esquivé.
Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
Actuellement dans le jeu, les seuls trucs du coup que j'ai pas pu battre en 1v1 on va dire, c'est Dion, parce que du coup j'ai été aidé de Joshua, et Barnabas.